Okay, here we have St. Jerome in his study. The original city and country of work was Naples, Italy, but currently it's in the Louvre in Paris, France. The artist is Colantonio. His full name is Niccolo Antonio Colantonio, but he only went by his last name. He was an Italian artist who was only active in Naples that we know of. The medium is oil on wooden panel. The period of work is Renaissance. This work was supposedly created in the mid-1440s. Some relevance is that this piece depicts St. Jerome pulling a thorn from the lion's paw, as was told about in legends about his kindness and lack of fear, in helping this lion who eventually became docile and lived in the church with St. Jerome. This work was originally in the San Lorenzo Maggiore church in Naples, for which Colantonio created the entire altar. It's unknown how long this work took to create, but considering the great detail used with the oil paint, I think it probably was quite a while. Some characteristics are it looks like gold-plated halo on St. Jerome's head, really classic for the Renaissance, and the meticulous detail in the shading. Sorry, I'm stuffed up. The work is like completely smooth, but you can tell that there's a lot of meticulous detail in the shading of the lion and in St. Jerome's habit. I also think that the dark colors, but then pops of color are typical for the time, and the lion's eyes actually also hold a lot of depth. Colantonio as a whole, like I said, was an active and popular painter in Naples during the early Renaissance. I chose this work because I sometimes struggle to identify with religious works, but the emotion in this one really stood out to me. It was the lion that drew me in first, just because I noticed it on the wall. But the more I stared at it, I was pulled in more and more in a way that doesn't always happen to me with religious works. It's pretty comparable to other early Renaissance works, considering the shading and the levels to it, and obviously the halo on St. Jerome. And then a fun fact is that Colantonio died before even turning 40, so relatively young for someone well off in the time. So yeah.